Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan, the producing artistic director for Music Theater Wichita. I also have the privilege of being the director for our opening production of the 2014 season, Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific. This is the 65th anniversary of this show, and it's an amazing classic entertainment. And yet, while we're working on it, we're finding all sorts of new contemporary resonance and a really important story at the heart of all the entertainment. I'm really pleased to introduce to you some of the cast members and show you some bits from rehearsal of the show that we're working on, Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific.
101 pounds of fun, that's my little honey bun. Get a load of honey bun tonight. I'm speaking of my sweetie pie, only 60 inches high. Every inch is packed with dynamite.
My name is Erin Mackey, and this is my first time at Music Theater Wichita, my second time to South Pacific and playing Nellie. I love Nellie. I fell in love with this character when I saw the Lincoln Center broadcast on PBS. I just think that she's such a progressive woman for the 40s. She leaves, she goes to the Navy, and she's from Little Rock, so she's got a very kind of country, sweet side to her, and I think she's a very charming, funny person, and she has such a wonderful story to tell in this piece. She just really undergoes a journey. She grows up, she falls in love. It's a beautiful story. She meets people that are different than her, and it's really her first time to face these things, and it's just a joy to play. Nellie sings Cockeyed Optimist, which is very well known. Wonderful Guy, Wash That Man, Honey Bun. She's got some pretty iconic songs to sing. I think my favorite one is Wonderful Guy. I love that she's just discovering for the first time these feelings, and I think Hammerstein just wrote the perfect lyrics for it. You know, we tend to think of that song as kind of corny and a little, you know, it's this upbeat, I'm as corny as Kansas in August, but I think what's so brilliant is that it's a very, for me, it's a very still moment of discovery for her, and that is so profound and so wonderful to play. And I'm married, I fell in love, I found my person, so I know that, and then it's just so great to do that number on stage.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I'm in a conventional dither with a conventional star in my eye. And you will note there's a lump in my throat when I speak of that wonderful guy.
Yeah, you know, I think I grew up thinking of Emile de Becque like a very cultured Frenchman who wore ascots, drank cognac, and listened to opera, and was just very kind of, I'm French and I'm very, very cultured. And as I've investigated it and worked on it, referring to some of James Michener's work from Tales of the South Pacific, and obviously from the script, he's a character who appreciates fine things, but he's also very earthy. He's been in these islands longer than he lived in France, so he's grounded. He probably knows the islands as well as the natives. He's probably been a part of certain rituals. And there's a vitality about him. Well, I think Emile goes basically from isolation to connection. He came to these islands because he was forced to after killing a man in France, and he's really built a whole life that's been very successful but very isolated. And when he meets Nellie, everything changes. He realizes this is the person for him, and because he's so impassioned and almost impulsive, he goes after her immediately. And that desire to not be alone is front and center to his journey. Yeah, the first song is Some Enchanted Evening, which a lot of people vote as the best love song in all of musical theater, so there's no pressure. But again, it's a cue to how impulsive this guy is. Within 2 weeks of meeting Nellie, he sings this very, very passionate love song. And also in a very, I think, typically French way, he's like, look, the fates have ordained it. You are mine, we are meant to be together. It's going to be. And that's a big step to take after knowing someone for 2 weeks. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room.
It's funny you say that.
she's much of a character, and you see all these outside things about her, but she's actually much more deep than that. She's a woman struggling in desperation, trying to find a better life, not only for herself, but definitely mostly for Liat, her daughter. She does trades with the Seabees, offers her the paraphernalia of tropical goods, native goods, to be sold to the Seabees so they can send to their families in America. So that's her way of living. She makes money off of that. And her goal is to find one of the Seabees, to take her daughter off to America and have a better life than she has here. It's the moment when she sings Valley High, and it's very spiritual in the way that it's something mysterious that we don't know, which parallels with religion and spirituality. It's something that we don't quite know if it's necessarily true or it's really there, but in her heart she believes that there's this magical island, mysterious island, which can take you away, not to heal all your problems, but to at least elevate all the problems that you've had in your life.
Valley high will whisper on the wind of the sea. Here am I, your special island. Come to me, come to me.
My name is Ryan Vasquez. I'm playing Lieutenant Cable, and he is a character, a soldier who comes into this island from a privileged background, very hyper-driven, and goes on to complete what seems to be a suicide mission to hide out in one of these islands and gather information about the Japanese. He is a very passionate guy, and he eventually falls in love with Liat, one of the island girls, in sort of a almost a bargain with Bloody Mary there. Cable sings Younger Than Springtime, a very famous Rodgers and Hammerstein song, to Liat. It's a beautiful, beautiful song where he is so wrapped up in this relationship that is so new. He becomes so passionately in love with this girl so quickly, and it's a story about capitalizing on this youth and the heat of the moment in wartime, and being able to take advantage of what's right in front of you, and not really look at so much of a big picture as much as this beautiful situation that is right in front of him there.
Warmer than winds of June are the gentle lips you gave me. Gayer than laughter are you, sweeter than music are you. Angel and lover, heaven and earth are you.